Hey guys, tonight we drift deep into the heart of southern Africa, where ancient stone towers rise quietly out of the savannah, their secrets tangled in vines and silence. It's the 14th century, and we're in the Kingdom of Great Zimbabwe, a place you've probably never heard much about, unless you've been nosing around the dustier corners of a museum or got lost on a late-night Wikipedia spiral. The sun is setting over the plateau. A golden haze filters through the baobab trees, casting long, sleepy shadows across a city made entirely of stone massive granite walls, built without mortar, somehow still standing like they've been quietly judging us for centuries. There are whispers of gold, trade routes, spirit mediums, and sacred birds carved into soapstone. You, however, are a little overwhelmed. Your sandals are terrible, the terrain is rocky, and these walls are way taller than they looked on the postcard. Also, you're probably not making it through the night without accidentally offending a local spirit or slipping on centuries-old goat droppings. You probably won't survive this. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And drop your location and the local time in the comments. It's oddly satisfying to see where and when everyone is nodding off to history. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You arrive just as the city's activity begins to quiet. Fires flicker behind stone thresholds. Somewhere, a mother sings a lullaby in a language long lost to the wind, and the soft clink of metal trinkets settles into the evening air. Great Zimbabwe isn't a kingdom of palaces and thrones, it's a kingdom of presence. You don't find gold piled in vaults here, but gold passes through its hands daily. Traders come from Swahili ports, from Arabia, even from China, their sails white against the horizon, their goods wrapped in woven reed mats. You step through a narrow passage that winds like a sleeping snake between high stone walls of the great enclosure. It's cool here, shaded, echoing with footsteps of people long gone. The walls lean slightly inward, embracing you, or maybe closing in. You can't tell. There's a tower in the midland. Nobody really knows what it was for. A grain silo, a spiritual beacon, an ancient megaphone for someone who liked to yell at goats. No one can say, but it watches you anyway. There are no written records, but the stones speak, not in voices you can hear, but in rhythm, in symmetry, in balance. You see how every curve of the wall was carefully laid. Not a single drop of cement, just hands, time, and a kind of precision you wouldn't expect from people most history books politely ignore. Someone passes you a woman with a basket balanced perfectly on her head. Her hair is intricately braided, her eyes lined with kohl. She doesn't look at you, but you feel like she sees you anyway. She's heading to the market, where fabrics dyed in colors you've never imagined are traded for salt, millet, and gossip. Children run through the open spaces, their laughter bouncing off the stone. One of them trips, rolls, and immediately blames the ancestors. No one argues. The ancestors get blamed for a lot around here. It's safer that way. A man in a lion skin robe sits near the hill ruin, carving something into stone. Another soapstone bird, maybe. These little statues are everywhere, perched like silent guardians. Archaeologists will find them centuries from now and write long, speculative papers about what they meant. But tonight, in the warm dark, they just watch. You think maybe they blink. The night deepens. Drums pulse faintly from somewhere beyond the trees, not loud, more like a heartbeat. Steady, ancient. You lie down on a patch of grass just outside the enclosure, eyes tracing stars through a sky clearer than you've ever seen. Orion's belt winks down at you, but even the constellations feel foreign here, shifted slightly, like they've moved closer to listen. And just as your breath begins to slow, you realize something. This place isn't forgotten. Not really. It's still here, breathing quietly under the soil, whispering through the trees, held together by the hands of ancestors who never wrote a single word down, but who built a kingdom strong enough to defy time. Now close your eyes. Let the stones keep watch tonight. The story continues while you sleep.